We have some questions from Southern Elementary that we haven't gotten to yet. So Caden P wanted to know, Ms. Hackl, what is really the meaning of smack dab in the middle of maybe? And that's a great question. And that I would say, we talked about what I thought the meaning was, but I would say it's up to you to decide what it really means, because the book is a conversation between a writer and a reader. So the final judge of the meaning will be you, the reader. Let's see. Janasia C wanted to know, why do you write about crickets? So I wanted to give Cricket a animal companion, and so I needed it to be an animal that she could find out in that existed out in the wild. And I think crickets are just really cool characters. So it turns out that in some countries people keep them as pets, and you can actually tell the approximate temperature by counting the number of cricket chirps in a certain period of time. And you can learn about how to do that on the website. So I just thought that was a fun thing to explore, and it gave me a great excuse to do some research into crickets. So Isabel K asks, do you draw your own pictures? And I do not. So Random House hired an artist, Gilbert Ford, who designed the cover, and they have a whole team called book designers, and they came up with all the colors and all the graphics and the drawings on the outside and on the inside of the book as well. Isabel K also wanted to know, do I enjoy writing? And I hope you can tell I love writing, and I hope that you all will too. So Hey Sue E, some of his questions have been answered, but he asked, is cricket related to me? So and yeah, the way that I'm an inspiration, that my childhood is a little bit of an inspiration for cricket, yes. And then characteristics from both of my daughters. One's an artist, and then another one did a lot of outdoor survival training with me. So yeah, I would say cricket is definitely related to me. Hey Sue also wanted to know, how do you make a honeysuckle rope? And I'm going to answer that question at the very end, and I'm going to show you how to make a honeysuckle rope. He also wanted to know, was I a Girl Scout? And the answer is, I live so far out in the country that there wasn't a Girl Scout troop around, but I wish I were a Girl Scout. And if there had been, I definitely would have been a Girl Scout. So Isabella C wanted to know, how did you make the book cover? So the artist Gilbert Ford made the book cover, but as a writer, I got to have a little bit of input into it. So we talked a lot about what were the images that we wanted to show. I know you're seeing it backwards, but we wanted to talk about we had a lot of conversations about how you actually write the words that are on the cover. Should it be signposts? Should it be like hidden in the picture? Should we have cricket in there? What mood we wanted to create, how we could make it inviting, how we could tie the inside of the book to the outside of the book. So it was really fun for me to get to stretch my skills a bit and have a conversation with an artist who's working really, really hard on the book, as well as a book packaging team. So Ariana, we've already answered her questions, and Bailey's questions. Isabella C wanted to know, how did I come up with the characters? And so I drew on real life, and then I also did a lot of eavesdropping. So I would pay attention to conversations that I would overhear in public. And I would change all the details, but sometimes I got some really good dialogue that way. And are there any animals in the book? So yes, there is the cricket named Charlene, and then also Percy, who is my dog. And some of you may wonder, does my dog really like to be read to and to listen to poetry? And the answer is yes. So Isabella C's questions have all gotten answered. Marley C asked, when is my next book coming out? And the answer is, I don't know, because I'm still writing and revising it and still looking for great ideas. Marley C also wanted to know, how am I doing? And so I'm doing great. We're sheltering in place, and I live around, I have lots of woods that I can explore. So I go out every single day and I do a little bit of exploring in the woods. And it is a great stress reliever. And on my website, you can find a woods time meditation that you can do just in your own backyard or your own porch, wherever you can get a little spot of nature, even if it's only looking at a picture in a magazine. So Jocelyn R., I've answered her question. Madeline S. wanted to know, how did you learn how to write? So I did a lot of practice and I took a lot of classes and learned how to do it. And how did I get to be an author? I decided I was going to be an author, and you don't have to wait for anyone to give you permission to be an author. You can decide you're going to do it and just start writing. So how important is writing to you? It's very important to me, and it's as you probably can guess, and I very, very much enjoy it because it is so much fun. And also, Madison asked, have I written a series before? We'll see. So the project that I'm working on now could end up being a series, or I could write a sequel to Smack Dab in the Middle. So we shall see. Then Barbara M. wanted to know, who inspired you to make books? And so we talked about Mrs. Bullard. And I hope that you will find some time during this quarantine to make your own book. So that is my challenge to you. So now we are going to use some honeysuckle to make a rope. So this is honeysuckle that came out of my backyard, the woods in my backyard. And you can see those great flowers. Some of you all may have tasted the little nectar at the end. You know, never, ever, ever just take something off the ground unless an adult tells you that it's safe, it hasn't been around chemicals or pets, they've checked it out and given you permission. So this is honeysuckle, and to make a rope, you just take the leaves and you start at the bottom and you just strip them off. And if it's, this is spring honeysuckle, so it's nice and limber, and so you can bend it in all kinds of different shapes. But if it were a little bit later in the year, there's or I wanted to bend it a little bit more, you can see how you can peel off the outer edge. So when you peel off the outer layer of bark, you get to a part of it that's just a little bit more bendy and a little bit more flexible. And so if you are stuck out in the woods and you need something to hold things together to use like rope, you'll be happy to know that you can make your own honeysuckle rope. So I would like to thank everyone for watching, and thank again Greensboro Bound and Guilford County Public Schools for making this all possible. So you all, I hope you have a great rest of the week. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to get to visit you in person someday.